Sure. So one more thing on the cryptocurrency.
You're killing me with these.
I know.
Okay.
I know you love them. That's why we got so many in here. So we asked ChatGPT, acting as if it was a financial advisor, cryptocurrency, is it a fad or the future? And its response was, the future of cryptocurrency is still uncertain, and it's difficult to predict whether it will become a mainstream financial asset or remain a niche investment. While some experts believe that cryptocurrency has the potential to disrupt traditional financial systems, others remain skeptical of its long-term viability. As with any investment, it's important to thoroughly research the market and associated risk before investing. It's also important to work with a financial advisor, there's that again, to develop a comprehensive investment strategy that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. So I'm really interested to hear your take on this one, because you've worked with, I don't even want to say it this way, traditional stocks, and this is not even considered close to that, right? When we're talking about like the blue chips or the more established brand names, so to speak, crypto is like way out of left field.
Correct. And honestly, I think this is kind of a cop-out by ChatGPT to basically give a non-answer to this question. And it's okay, because I don't think it should have a direct answer.
Yeah.
Say like, no, it absolutely should be, or no.
It is the future. Like, dump all your money into it. Yeah.
Right, exactly. That would make me very concerned, as opposed to the opposite, which is avoid it like the plague, which I think that's where majority of investors are leaning, at least at this point. Now, again, not to make any crypto heads upset or anything, I deal mostly in the retirement space, and for those that are preparing for retirement, cryptocurrency is not that generation's approach to investing. So, to consider it a fad or the future for younger generations, then, it could be something that's very interesting. I have a friend who has an NFT, and he's told me about it. I don't get it. It's a horse, I think, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's all these different things.
The non-fungible token.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you for explaining it to the group. So,
well, that's not an explanation, because they probably still don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah.
It's about the blockchain, which is what cryptocurrency operates on. We'll leave it at that. But that kind of thing, I mean, there's interesting qualities in all these different things. And I think of the different uses, is cryptocurrency going to be the thing that blockchain really like knocks out of the park? Personally speaking, and this is just me and my views, I don't think so. But I don't think blockchain is something that we just evaporate from. Cryptocurrency will be around. I think it's probably more likely that some of these meme coins, some of these coins that come and go by your influencers, are there for a day. Like if anybody's an Office fan, if you were an investor in the Stanley nickel, I don't know if you've watched The Office, but
unfortunately not. A lot of people talk about it.
Yeah, the Stanley nickel was a meme coin that came out, and I don't know what it's doing, but because I haven't heard of anything since its launch, I'm assuming
it's probably decimals of a penny, but I don't want to say that for sure.
Yeah, so there are certain things that are out there where I think there could be some cryptocurrencies that hold on for longer or for the long run, and I think those are the bigger names that you've probably already associated and we've talked about in these interviews. But thinking about it as a fad or the future, I'm not so much concerned about that as, again, the type of approach that most Americans, I'll say that, I'll caveat that with most Americans saving for retirement, preparing for the future. Cryptocurrency can be a part of it, again, in those small percentages as part of the portfolio, so that, hey, if you're right and it is a winner for the future, cool. You had a piece of that pie. If it completely collapsed, it didn't jeopardize things. And
well, you also talk about limiting the percentage that you're going to. Yeah. And I don't really think that should be, what you would call like the graying generation or even the younger ones. Again, we didn't ask ChatGPT this, but how much should you invest as a percentage of your whole investment strategy, which would be an interesting response.
That would be interesting.
We'll get that one to you next.
Yeah, okay. Right.
That'll be the next one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Let's let you break upon and feast on that one for a while.
Yeah.
But I think with anybody, if you're going to consider that as an investment, look at it from a percentage standpoint, right? So 5%, 10%, and see what happens with that, right? And then, okay, I made a little bit or I lost a bit. Am I willing to, risk more to do that?
Yeah. I think the talking heads that like we as advisors that we listen to, those people that are even the most gung-ho about investing in cryptocurrency, can you imagine what percentage they're saying you should invest in, Dave?
Less than 5.
It is less than 5.
Okay. 1%?
1%. And the reason is because, again, from a diversification play, you do achieve some more diversification by investing in something that does have upside potential. Again, volatility is assumed to be negative, but it can be a positive. So, and then the other thing is that it provides more of the maybe less of the quantitative returns, but maybe the qualitative returns to say that you're participating in something that might be the future. Again, the blockchain technology, which is all this, what all this exists upon, could be something very influential over the next 10 years as it continues to grow.
And they all use it differently, which is interesting. One of the reasons that, and I won't get into the pros and cons of any of them, but they utilize the technology differently, which is why you see some succeed and some of them that don't do it quite as well. The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security. It is only intended to provide education about the financial industry. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. As always, please remember, investing involves risk and possible loss of principal capital. Please seek advice from a licensed professional. Correct Capital Wealth Management is a registered investment advisor. Advisory services are only offered to clients or prospective clients where Correct Capital Wealth Management and its representatives are properly licensed or exempt from licensure. No advice may be rendered by Correct Capital Wealth Management unless a client service agreement is in place.